Greetings team. This video is intended to share with you how to create, customize, and efficiently share Jamboards with your students. This is also meant as a way to augment some otherwise already effective instructional techniques and to potentially make those even more effective using Jamboard. So let's take a look. In order to create a new Jamboard, you're going to go right up here to the waffle or the Google Apps right here from a Google screen. Scroll down a bit, and there's your Jamboard button. We'll click there and start creating. This plus sign right here is how to create a new jam. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll start from scratch, creating a new Jamboard. First thing to notice is right up here, we can title it. I'm going to title this one Instructional Augment. That, right? Click OK. Now, what I really want to show you is a very powerful technique to do with Jamboard, and that is to set the background. Because if you set a background on a Jamboard, students will not be able to do anything to that except respond. In other words, if you put something on a background and you want students to respond to it, they won't be able to edit that background, which is highly effective. So let's test that out. I've got some previously built TLAC specific content images ready. Got them in a few different places, so I can show you how to grab those. Let's set this background and go down to this right here, the image button. One place to grab images from is to upload them from your desktop. So let's go to desktop and see I have this folder right here. I have these images created. These are just screenshots from places, resources that we have. Let's grab this Kinder Math, and boom. This is a K.7b screenshot of an image. You want students to come in here and indicate which image is larger or longer. Ready to go. Let's create a new frame. By the way, I did that by just clicking right here on the right. Let's set a new background. Same place, image. This time, let's go to our drive. Let's say you've stored a bunch of nice images in your drive. Let's click Drive. I'm going to go through here, or if I don't want to click through all these folders, I'm going to search. Okay, let's say that you know the name of the image that you want to find in your drive. Let's say that it's second reading that you named the image. Let's look that up. And there's our image. Grab it, set it as the frame background. Boom, little reading passage, little main idea question there, 2.9D associated with it. Let's move on. Let's make another. Set a background, upload it. Now this one here, I'm going to show you a little trick. It's probably not going to be as commonly used, but it is there. Camera. I'm going to turn on my camera. I have these pre-built here. This is a 5th grade science image. Let's set it right in the frame. I have to move my little webcam out of the way and snap a shot. With that ready, move my frame again, set it as the background right there. And there it is, little light refraction question, ready to go. With these set as the background, notice when kids come in here and start interacting, they can't do anything to that background. It is set, ready to go, ready to interact with, ready for students to respond. Sticking sticky notes to it, typing their thoughts, giving you indications of their thinking and their understanding. Now, how do we share these Jamboards with students in effective ways, in efficient ways? Let's cover that. So the quickest and maybe the, simplest way to share a Jamboard with your students is to just click here, grab the link. First, make sure that it's available to the people in your domain, in this case, Temple ISD, and just change it to editor so that students can edit and copy the link. Now, bear in mind, even though they're going to be able to edit, they will not be able to edit that background. So copy the link, done, get it into their hands. How, you say, do I get it into their hands? Well, you could make a QR code out of the link, which would immediately get them onto it. Or you could post that link into your Google Classroom, which I'm showing here. If your students are in the Google Classroom, you would simply just post it into the stream or into classwork. Now, the thing to bear in mind is this would probably be where you're like projecting the Jamboard onto the screen and you're having students say, students, grab your iPads. You're going to receive a link. Click the link, join my Jamboard, and please circle which flower is longer or which is larger. And you're going to start seeing everyone's responses at the same time. Everyone's at the same time. Think about that. That may not be what you want. So there's other ways to do that. One way to do that is to create a force copy link. And the way to create a force copy link is to come right up here, take all of the language after the final slash, and change it to copy. That link that you now need to share with students if you want them to have their own copy. Okay? Same scenario this time. Maybe you create a QR code. Maybe you put the link into the Google Classroom for every student to click, or into the Clever Classroom for every student to click. This would then create their own individual version of this Jamboard. You wouldn't see every student's circles. Each student would have their own. Now, the third way, for those of you using Google Classroom, this is probably the most efficient and effective way to get each student to have their own and for you to see each of the students' own Jamboard. Let's go look at Google Classroom and let me show you how to do this. Under Classwork, let's click Create Assignment. Let's title it, since we named our Jamboard, Instructional Augment, which we would never name for students, but Instructional Augment. We would give some instructions like circle the larger or longer object. Or thinking about that 5th grade science one, maybe we would say, describe what light is doing to the image of the pencil through water, something like that. And then right here, we would click a Google Drive file and find our jam. You can see right there it is. Since it's a most recent file, we would find it. But if it wasn't the most recent file, we would look up instructional augment. There it is. We would select it. We would insert it. And here's the important part. This drop-down menu right here, we want to push that. Let me move my face and say make a copy for each student. Critical. This makes a copy for each student, which you would then receive when they turn it in. And this is maybe the most efficient way for you to provide that Jamboard one at a time to each student, and then they provide it back to you for grading one at a time for each student. You can assign point values, of course, due dates, of course. You can put it in a certain topic and assign all that stuff that's specific to Google Classroom over here on the right. So there it is. I did also have a Clever Classroom pulled up. This is another way for you to just simply share the link of your Jamboard. But there it is. How to create one, how to customize one, and how to get it into the hands of students so that they can respond to it quickly. Thanks a lot for your time.